Hello guys, this is Riya Deshwal. You're back on my channel Crux of English, and today we are going to talk about paper 1 of UGC NET. So basically I am going to give you all the important topics जो हर particular topic में से आने वाले हैं, and a timeline for you to prepare for these topics in the next 50 days. I would give you particular days that you can focus on. I would give you a timetable of how to go through it, and if you want to know all that, please keep watching till the end. And I will also tell you what are my pointers that you should keep in mind to score the highest marks. If you keep all these things in mind and you stick to my timeline, I'm sure that you would be able to score 40 plus questions right in your exam out of 50, which is a very good score. You would be able to score above 80 marks, and which would give you a really good push to clear UGC NET. Let's first talk about the marks. So in UGC NET, basically, if we talk about the popular subjects, the cutoff goes from 60 to 65% for JRF, and let's just consider that every person here who is sitting for a UGC NET wants to clear JRF. So considering that, if you have to get 60 to 65%, that would get you somewhere around 198 marks out of 300. To get 300 marks, that is not even possible for practically everyone. 60% is a very good score, and if you get around 65%, I think that would give you a very good confirmation that you would be able to clear JRF. So for 65%, I think to be on a safer side, you should aim for 200 marks, and if you are aiming for 200 marks, I am definitely sure that you would be able to clear JRF whatever subject you are from. Okay, so I am not going to talk about paper 2 today because I myself teach English literature, and paper 2 I only specialize in English literature, so I am not sure about how to go through other subjects. But we are going to talk about paper 1, which is general for everyone, and these topics that you have to study is for everyone. Everyone has to give paper 1 and everyone has to clear paper 1. So just today we are going to talk about paper 1. So to be on the safer side, I think you should aim for 200 marks. Out of 200 marks, if you're getting 80 or 85 marks in paper 1, then that would give you a very good score, and you would be able to clear JRF for sure. Okay, keeping that in mind, I think if you are a person who is particularly just sitting and studying for UGC NET, I think it's very important for you to give out 8 hours every day. If you're studying 8 hours every day, or let's just assume you're studying 4, whatever time you are studying, I think you should divide it into 3 parts and make the ratio 1:1:2. If you're making the ratio 1:1:2, make 1 part for paper 1, 1 part for revision, and then 2 part for your paper 2, whatever your particular subjects be. So for paper 1, if you're studying 8 hours, then you should definitely give 2 hours to paper 1, because most of the students that I've talked to, they focus on paper 2. They are preparing for paper 2 because paper 2 is considerably more familiar with you, because you have been studying that for your graduation or for your masters. But paper 1 is something that is a little new to everyone. Teaching aptitude, research aptitude, you haven't really studied that, and because of that, people get afraid of it and they don't touch it. Because of that, people are not able to clear UGC NET, which is a very horrible idea for you, because considering my personal opinion, I think paper 1 is comparatively easier, and because it's easier to grasp, and you would be able to score higher and higher if you prepare for paper 1. So considering that, if you're studying 8 hours every day, you have 50 days, then you have about 400 hours on your hands. If you divide 400 hours into 3 parts, you would get 50 hours for revision, and you would get 50 hours, you would get 100 hours for paper 1, 100 hours for revision, and 200 hours for your paper 2, which is a good amount of time for you to learn and understand your subjects and your paper 1, so that you are able to clear the paper. On top of that, in my opinion, revision for you right now, whichever subject you've come from, or even for paper 1, if you have studied already, paper 1 also needs revision. The most important thing for you right now should be to revise again and again and again, as many times as you can, because revision is what will keep you on the top of other candidates. See, everyone in every subject is studying the same books. If you are studying paper 1, I think particularly every candidate you're sitting with is studying KVS Madan, and if everyone is studying KVS Madan, I don't think there is anything that is going to put you on the top. आप सबके पास सेम बुक है, सेम अमाउंट ऑफ टाइम है, तो आप ऐसे क्या अलग कर सकते हैं? जो आप अलग कर सकते हैं वो है आपके हैंड रिटन नोट्स. दिस इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. यू शुड हैव योर हैंड रिटन नोट्स at hand now, and if you haven't made them, my opinion is start making your notes and make them short, really short. If you are making notes for a particular topic, just keep it to 2 pages or 3 pages. Don't make it longer than that. Don't write paragraphs, write in short lines and write in short points. Make points, because see, जितना आप माइंड मैपिंग करोगे अपने रिविजन का, उतना आपके लिए अच्छा होगा. आपको एक ओपिनियन में आप तैयार रहोगे कि हम मुझको इसी कॉपी से पढ़ना है जब मेरा एग्ज़ाम बहुत नियर आ जाएगा. सो दैट विल बी रियली हेल्पफुल फॉर यू, एंड यू वुड हैव शॉर्ट नोट्स एट हैंड एंड यू कैन स्किम थ्रू इट इवन बिफोर गोइंग फॉर योर एग्ज़ाम. Okay, other than that, in my opinion, what is really important is to attempt all the questions. Please attempt all the questions. There is no repercussions to, you know, doing a question wrong. There is no negative marking, so attempt all the questions. So considering that, I think what you should do is make the best out of your time, and make the best out of your time in the exam too. What you should do is start from easier questions. If you are finding a question or a comprehension too difficult, skip that question and come to it at the end. But you know, even in paper 1 and paper 2, whichever is your strong point, go for that paper first in your exam, because that would give you confidence that you have already done really well, and then you can go to the other paper. If you are more stronger in your own subject, then go for paper 2 first and then attempt paper 1. Okay. After that, I think even if you have doubts in a particular question, or you are not able to attempt that question, in my opinion, go for it. Read it twice or thrice, because there is enough time in UGC NET. The paper gives you enough time to study, you know, to go through the paper again and again. So go through the question twice or thrice, and then use the elimination technique. Use the technique to eliminate particular options. If you can eliminate 2 options from your you know, all the things that you've studied, it's really easy for you to get the answer right, because the probability is 50%. If you're getting the probability to 50%, which would give you a very good result even if you're guessing the question. So don't leave any questions out. Attempt all the questions. It's very important. Other than that, in my opinion, by this time you should have a trusted tutor or a trusted source that you are relying on. See, there are millions of resources even for UGC NET on YouTube right now, or on different websites, and people have different you know, paid courses and unpaid courses. And by now, see, if you have a trusted source, if you have a person on YouTube that you trust, if there's a tutor you trust, go for them. But only one tutor. Go for only one trusted tutor. If you trust them, then go for it, and you know, watch their videos, see them. If you can get in touch with them, talk to them, go for your queries. But if you don't have a trusted tutor, if you don't have a trusted host, please just stick to books. Just stick to books. It would be so much easier for you. So you know, if you, for paper 1, just trust KVS Madan. It's enough. Believe me, I didn't study anything else. On my personal opinion, I didn't study anything else. I just studied KVS Madan and I did previous year papers. It's pretty much enough for you to prepare for paper 1, and you would able to score a really good marks. I got 99.2 percentile in paper 1 just doing KVS Madan and previous year papers. This is pretty much enough. If you don't have time, I don't think KVS Madan is that big. You still have 50 days. If you can go through it, go through it. It's very important. Other than that, in my opinion, there is no need for you to go for crash courses. See, crash courses are the courses that give you tons of information in a very limited amount of time, which is comparatively, I think, really destructive to your examination strategy or your mental health. But if you think that is suitable for you, that is something that you prefer, then go for it, good for you. But if you don't, if you want to trust someone's opinion, trust my opinion, crash courses are not good for you. See, it has the word crash in it. There is nothing, you know, there that you can that is very productive to you. Even if you want to go for coaching, in my opinion, you should definitely go for coachings that are for a certain amount of time, a certain amount of period, so that you can actually grasp all that knowledge, all that information that are given to you. Because if you get all that information in this such small amount of time, you would get lost, you would be flustered with the information, and you would get, you know, confused where I should start, what I should do and what I shouldn't do, which is really not good for your exam strategy, for your examination purposes. So you should do that. Other than that, in my opinion, especially for paper 1, mock tests are the best solution you can go for. See, when I was preparing for UGC NET, what I did was I studied KVS Madan, and then I did the previous year questions, and after that, when my exam was nearing, I just did the mock tests that were there topic wise on textbook. So if you are a person who is preparing for UGC NET, I would suggest you go to textbook. Textbook is an app. Go to textbook and, you know, download the app and get the membership, and just, you know, do mock test of every particular topic every day. Pick a topic and see, in my opinion, the best thing you can do is I will give you the important topics. Go to that important topics, read that particular topic. If you haven't touched paper 1 till now, I am then telling you, you can score 40 to 45 questions right, I can assure you, today, if you start today itself. So please start today. If you have KVS Madan, go to KVS Madan, read that particular topic, the important topics that I'm going to tell you, read that particular topic, then go to textbook and just do the mock test there is of that particular topic, and I think that is more than enough for you. Okay, so keeping that in mind, let's talk about the important topics first. So the paper 1 is divided into 10 parts. We all know that: teaching aptitude, research aptitude, comprehension, communication, mathematical reasoning, logical reasoning, DI, ICT, environment, higher education. These are the 10 topics that the paper is divided into. I am going to give you 5 or 6 topics that are important from every particular part, and if you will get through those in the days that I have told you, then I am sure you would be able to score 40 to 45 marks in paper 1. So for teaching aptitude, if you give it 6 days, then I have 6 topics that you should go through, and these 6 topics you should go through one by one every day. That makes it 6 days. So levels of teaching, Bloom's taxonomy, MOOC, that is massive open online courses, Piaget, theory of Piaget, and Dale's cone of experience, and the last one is CBCS, choice based credit system. So these are the 6 topics that are, in my opinion, that are very important for UGC NET in teaching aptitude. So go through these 6 topics one by one every day. That would make it 6 days. So you have to give 6 days to teaching aptitude. See, I'm not telling you to study 8 hours every day for paper 1. Just give it 2 hours every day. If you give it 2 hours every day from today, it is more than enough for you to prepare for it. So if you are, in my opinion, today, if you started teaching aptitude, then go through levels of teaching from a book, KVS Madan or YouTube source, whatever you prefer. Go through it and then go to a mock test and just give the mock test of that particular topic today itself. Second is research aptitude. Research aptitude, the topics that are important are approaches to research or types of research, steps of research. The third is MLA or APA system. The fourth is ethics in research, and the fifth is sampling that is required in research. So these are the 5 topics that would make it 5 days. So we have 6 days in teaching aptitude, 5 in research, that makes it 11. Now comes the third part, which is comprehension. See, comprehension, mathematical and DI, these are the two topics जिसमें मैं आपको ये नहीं बता सकती that this is important, because these are just things that you have to practice. So practice again and again as many comprehensions as you can do. See, comprehensions in mathematical reasoning or DI, these are topics that you can study while taking breaks, because these are entertaining things in my opinion. So go through them when you are taking breaks. But other than that too, I have given comprehension 5 days as well. So 5 days you can study comprehension. So that makes it 16 days by now. Now, the fourth topic is communication. Communication, in my opinion, the 4 most important topics in communication are models of communication, communication channels, barriers in communication, classroom communication process, or Cole and Shan's model. These are the 4 topics that are really important. Go definitely please go through them, all these 4 topics. So that would make it 4 for communication. That makes it 20 days by now. Now, coming to mathematical reasoning. Mathematical reasoning, you have to go through, see, again, this is another thing that you just have to practice. These are the topics that you have to practice again and again. You have to do questions from these topics. These are not theoretical. आप theoretically पढ़ भी लोगे तो आपको उससे कोई फायदा नहीं होगा until unless you don't practice them. So in my opinion, these are the ones that you should focus on. Number series, any kind of series, number series or letter series. Second is coding and decoding. Third is odd word or odd pair or odd number, those kind of questions. Fourth is analogy. Fifth is blood relations. Sixth is directions, and seventh is average. So that makes it 27 days now. So we have 7 days for mathematical reasoning, 7 topics, practice 1 every day. Now comes the logical reasoning, which makes it I have given you 6 important topics. Those are, the first is deductive reasoning, second is inductive reasoning, third is Venn diagrams, fourth is syllogism, fifth is fallacy, and sixth is Indian logic. So that makes it 6 more days, 6 days for logical reasoning. So now we are at 33 days. Now DI. See, DI or data interpretation is another thing that you just have to practice. See, it's very easy. Believe me, it's so easy if you just practice it once. If you start doing questions, I am sure that you would be, in 2 or 3 days, you would be so comfortable with it. You would be like, oh my god, this was so easy. Why we have been avoiding it? See, as a student of arts and as a teacher who's teaching arts, I know students of arts have difficulty with this topic, especially mathematical reasoning and TI. These are the 2 topics that people really have difficulty with coming from the arts background. But believe me, these are very easy. These are the things that you've studied till 10th standard, and I'm sure that till 10th standard you must have had a better mathematical reasoning, and it's so much easier for you to understand. So please do it. Don't avoid it, don't leave it, because this is a topic that if you do practice, I am sure you'll get all the 5 questions right, because this is not theoretical. Okay, so once you have gotten it, it's pretty much I will do all the 5 questions right. Okay, so DI, we have given 5 days for DI, so that makes it 38 days. Now the 8th topic is ICT. In ICT, Information Communication Technology, the 4 topics that I think are really important are digital initiatives. The second is computer terms, third is full forms, and fourth is binary system. You should go through all these 4 1 day per day, 1 per day. So that makes it 42 days now. We are standing on 42 days now. The 9th topic is environment. I have given 5 days for environment, and these are the topics that you should focus on. The first is pollution, second is resources, third is movements or any kind of conferences or any kind of agreements, protocols, missions, all these environment related. You should definitely go through. There is definitely 1 or 2 questions from it. Okay, Other than that, you should go through the basics of environment, which include just the basic stuff: ecosystem, acid rain, greenhouse effect, global warming, all these topics that you already know. You just have to skim through them once. See, everyone knows this. ये कोई ऐसी नई चीज़ नहीं है जो आपने कभी नहीं पढ़ी होगी. This is all that you studied in school. Okay, so this is very easy. Just go through them once and you would get the questions right. So 5 days for environment, that makes it 47 days. Now you have 3 days left. I told you I'll make you a timetable for 50 days. 3 days left for higher education, and please consider reading higher education and constitution both. Now that makes a plan for 50 days. Other than that, in my opinion, see, it's not important for you to study all the topics. Just go through the ones that are stronger for you. Every part of this paper has 5 questions, so this is something that you can use to your advantage. You know what are your strong points. If mathematics is not your strong point, if you know that you wouldn't get it right, just leave it. If the theoretical part are the ones that I myself didn't study higher education part of it, because I knew that even if I did, it is too much for me, and I would not get the questions right. So even if you have a particular topic or 2 topics that you think that no matter what I studied, I wouldn't get it right, just leave it. It gives you enough of an opportunity to score even without these topics, because every topic has 5 questions. So if you do even if you do like 8 topics, I am sure you can score 40 plus marks. सी आप कोई ना कोई 1-2 तुक्के भी मारोगे, गेसेस भी लोगे, सो उसमें भी आपके 2-4 क्वेश्चन सही हो जाएंगे. सो इफ़ यू आर कंफर्टेबल विद 8 टॉपिक्स, डू दोज 8 टॉपिक्स एंड लीव द अदर 2, ओके, बट डोंट लीव मोर देन 2 टॉपिक्स because you have to score 40 plus marks, because I know as a person you want to get JRF, and I'm sure we together can get JRF any day, because I know you are studying and you are focusing on your studies. So keeping that in mind, I have given you a timetable for 50 days and important topics that you should study for paper 1 of UGC NET. Okay, how to clear it and how to score 40 plus marks. Other than that, some general thing I'm going to say is, please don't be scared of the exam. That is the worst thing that you can do to your preparation. Don't be scared of the exam. It's nothing really, please. It's so easy and you can get through it so easily. So just have confidence in your opinions and have confidence in your preparation. I am sure whatever you were doing is right for you. See, this is something that I am discussing with you on a personal opinion. This is something that worked for me. So whatever works for you, you should do that. This is something that I can give you, but please just focus on what you think is right. Don't let tutors get to you, don't let people get to you, don't let them tell you what you can do or what you can't do, because I know you can do anything. Okay, keeping that in mind, another thing that I really want to say is, please don't just get indulged so deeply into your studies that you don't think about anything else. This is just destructive to your mental health. I have heard a lot of tutors talk about it, a lot of students talk about it, that for the next 50 days all you should do is study. You have festivals coming, don't celebrate them. Don't do that. It's unhealthy. It's really unhealthy. See, even the really successful people talk about burnouts, and if you are studying, you will have burnouts. So considering those burnouts, and for you to get back on that horse again with all that energy, you have to take breaks. Whatever you can do, whatever you enjoy, whatever you think is best for you, take a break and do that. Go out with a friend, spend time with your family, do whatever you want, celebrate festivals. There's Diwali coming, there's Diwali between your exam and now. What are you going to do? Not celebrate it? Please don't do that. Do what best suits you. Don't listen to anyone. I am going to give you suggestions and other people are going to give you suggestions, but take our suggestions and keep them in mind, but also do what best suits you. That is the best thing you can do for yourself and your preparation. Alright, so today I gave you all that I can think about, the do's and don'ts and the tips and important topics of paper 1. I hope it was helpful to you. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.